So when did you close on this house? When did you buy it?
I bought it June 22nd, so like just about 2 weeks ago.
So with current market prices, how would someone that's looking into getting into real estate buy a property or invest in a property for a good deal? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBook Solutions here with another video, and based off of last week's suggestions, you guys asked for me to make more real estate based videos, so I brought the man, the myth, the legend, one of the newest real estate agents, certified licensed real estate agents here in Arizona, Nick Palladino. And one of the great things about this is Nick actually just invested in another property, and he went a little bit more on the non-traditional route in the sense of buying a property that is listed maybe like on Zillow or the MLS. And this is what I'm going to be talking about. So if you guys would like to continue to see new real estate videos, make sure you absolutely smash that like button, and let's see if we can get a little bit over 1,000 likes. On top of that, don't forget to share this video with someone that might be looking into investing or getting into real estate, and you want to make sure that they get a good deal. Nick is going to be providing you with so many updates of what he's learning as a real estate agent and as a real estate investor, since he's invested in a total of 3 properties. And to follow his progress, it's going to be the first link down below. So without further ado, talk to us about where you found this house.
So I recently closed on my 3rd rental property June 22nd, which is just about 2 weeks ago. And this deal, like Ricky was saying, it wasn't presented in a traditional way. It wasn't on market. It wasn't on the MLS. It wasn't presented to me by a real estate agent. It was actually a wholesale deal. It was off market. It basically, the only people that really knew about the deal were the connections that the wholesaler had. He basically locked it up off market and presented it to all of his cash buyers. So I got in touch with Lenny, who's also a flipper. He does some wholesale deals as well, and he presented me with the deal. Just because of the area of the house, I really liked it. I ended up locking it up for $292,000, and I ended up getting the appraisal for it last week at $330,000, which is just one benefit of having off-market deals. Generally, you're going to have a little bit more of a upside equity in the property right when you purchase it.
You can definitely go through the traditional route, and if you were to say a similar comp, which pretty much just means a similar house in that area, if it were to get listed through the MLS, how much would it normally get listed for?
So that house that I bought for $292,000, it would have got, or can get listed. I can go list it right now myself, and the appraiser thinks that market value for the property is $330,000, which if you guys do the math, that's a $38,000 equity just for buying the property I automatically get, which is really cool, just because it gives me a lot more cushion. If I were to sell the property, obviously I'm using this as a rental, but it's just nice to know that I have that upside equity already built into the property when I purchase it.
And that's the biggest thing out of this video is there's so many different ways, and if you're a real estate investor, a real estate agent, if you want to share your opinion on how to find good real estate deals, share that down in the comment section. But we just wanted to do our part based off of our experience on that. You don't need to buy a house through the MLS. Of course, if you find a good deal, there's good deals everywhere, but of course, there is no question that there's going to be more competition on public listings.
Absolutely.
What I want to highlight, just for someone that is watching and just getting started, you said that you found this market that is off listing. Of course, that's kind of the goal for everyone. You found the cushion. If you want to flip the house, you have the margin. If you want to rent it out, you have the margin. You were talking about maybe doing some renovation because the walls, the carpet, the crown molding, nothing crazy. So it's great that you did your part in kind of setting yourself up for success by building yourself that cushion. Now, how could someone begin to become more aware of off-market listings?
I would say the biggest thing is just networking, connecting with people, looking for wholesalers. A big thing that Ricky and I have been doing lately, the last couple of weeks since I've been here, is just trying to build that network up of wholesalers, just real estate agents that maybe have some off-market deals. Maybe they have investors that are looking to sell some of their rental properties. I would say the biggest thing for off-market deals is just you have to network, because they're not actually going to be on the MLS. They're not going to be available to someone that's looking on Zillow or Realtor.com. So you have to network. You have to get to know those people that are finding these listings. A lot of these wholesalers, the biggest thing is marketing. They'll do Facebook ads, they'll go door knock, they'll write newsletters, and that's how they find their deals. And a lot of the times these off-market deals they are in need of a little bit of rehab, like my property. The reason why they generally sell it off market is because they don't want to put the money in to rehab the property. Maybe they don't have the money to rehab the property, so they just do it off market, and that's usually where the cushion comes in because you have to do your own rehab. Obviously, this house that I just bought, there's probably going to be some pictures and stuff. It's not in bad condition at all, but it definitely can use, I would say, 5 to 10K of cosmetics. Just cosmetic
kind of like
fixes.
move-in ready.
Move-in ready. It needs like 5 to 10K move-in ready repairs to just get it to where it needs to be. So that's like a big thing, is just connecting, networking with as many people as you can.
And definitely, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, it should pop up right on over here. You guys have most likely seen me post of like, hey, I'm looking for wholesalers to connect with. I'm looking for real estate investors to connect with. One of my biggest things that I've tried to share on my channel is, regardless of how much money I make or how successful you are, if you're someone that is eager to learn and want to do better, you should never cap yourself in the idea of like that you know everything or that you don't need anyone's help. That's the whole purpose of the reason we make these videos and that I post those things on Instagram, is so I get to connect with motivated and like-minded individuals. And one of the examples that I want to give you is I actually met Nick through social media and through Technical Solutions and through Learn, Plan, Profit. And I begin to cherry pick the people of, the ones I really begin to see that are motivated. A lot of people want to be successful. Everyone wants to be successful, and I get those messages all the time. That's not the special part. The unique part that I really begin to, get really attracted to in the idea of like, hey, I want to work with this person, is when I begin to see them solve problems and not take no for an answer. And this is, again, the reason essentially of why we're making this video. We want to show you that like in the traditional side of only looking for deals through the MLS, I think that's amazing. And yes, I do agree that there's probably, deals ever so often, but they're just difficult to find. So if you can explore a different alternative or a different route where it could potentially lead you to an opportunity that you would have not been presented in the traditional route, then so be it, right? You need to do your part in making sure that you set yourself up for success. And the last thing that I want to highlight is this off-market deal was bought cash, right? So $292,000.
Yeah,
Hesitation you guys might have is like, well, I don't have $292,000. You don't need to. One of the things that I've shared so many times on this YouTube channel is there are so many hard money lenders, which means that there are individuals like myself that lend out money. And if it's okay, right, we've talked about it, where he found this deal. He was presented this deal. He was presented the opportunity. He could have been like, oh man, I can't buy it all cash right now. I'm just going to let it go. But no, he presented it to me. He was like, hey, can you do your hard money where I put up the cash and I get a higher interest rate for the time that he has my money. He's getting pre-approved for the house, which got approved for $330,000. So yes, he might have to pay me $2,000 or $3,000 for the 2 months that he has my money, but he gets this off-market listing with $38,000 in margin based off of current market valuation. And on top of that, when you buy a house and you might have to put 5, 10, 20% down, because of it appraising more than what you bought it for, you in a sense don't have to put any money down because it gets fixed into your loan.
Basically, I'm in the process of refinancing. Obviously, I wouldn't have been able to buy this property without Ricky. I put 25% down. He funded the rest of it, but since the property appraised for so much more, I now have 38% equity in the property, and my loan's only 62%, which is really, really nice. So it actually allowed me to get a little bit of a lower interest rate. So I just locked my interest rate for the refinance for 3.99%. It is an investment property, so it's a little bit higher than a primary residence. Once I refinance, you said the interest rates with hard money loans are generally a lot higher. It's actually 3 times higher than a normal bank, but the banks I wouldn't have been able to be approved so fast, and that's what hard money loans or just networking with lenders that are able to give you hard money loans is so important. Because if I didn't know him, I would have never had this property. I would have never had this $38,000 of upside equity in the property. So it's just like you have to kind of figure out what path you want to take, and I already knew that I was going to have to refinance on the property, because if I had his loan, the amount of rent I'm getting on this property is way less than what his loan is, but I'm only planning on using the 60 days of the loan, and then I'm going to refinance to a lower interest rate. So if I were to flip the property, I wouldn't refinance. I would just keep his loan for the entire duration of the flip, but since I am using this as a rental, I want to refinance through a bank. So I wanted to make that clear. Like, you don't have to refinance an off-market deal. You can just have the hard money loan the entire time if you're going to flip it, which could take 1-2 months. But since I'm refinancing, I'm going to keep this property for obviously like at least 5-10 years. I wanted to refinance through a bank, so I wanted to make that clear.
And one of the things that I want to highlight is he went the route of putting about $73,000 of his own money, and then I think it was about $219. One of the things that I want to share with you is that you don't even have to go that route. Nick's done an absolute just amazing job hustling and saving money. But even if it's your first time home buyer, right, purchase, you can still find an off-market listing. You can still find a hard money lender to do a 2-week close. So it's not a 30-day, it's not a 45-day close. You close in 2 weeks. You get the opportunity. You have that margin of profit. You refinance, and you can still go the traditional route of putting 5 or 10% down because you have so much equity in the house. So of course, this is a perfect picture. Trust me, if Nick and I can find these properties every single week, we would be buying them every single week. So we're not sharing this video because they're super easy to find or because it's super easy to do, but it's because it's worth it, right? In our experience on how we were able to find these deals. Like him and I had a flip that we found, again, off market from a wholesaler that we were able to walk away with nearly $30,000 in profit. It was a total $50,000 margin, but profit in our takeaway was $30,000. So the deals are out there. And even with the current market condition, although it is, again, very overextended or, prices are a little bit high, that's not an excuse. Deals are out there, but like my mother says, those that look find, right? So if you're someone that is proactively wanting to look for a good deal, just know that there is an alternative when it comes down to off-market listings. I really do appreciate you guys' time. Again, if you guys would like more real estate videos on this YouTube channel, just make sure you subscribe and drop a thumbs up as well. On top of that, I feel like Nick's current position, a newly licensed real estate agent and a proactive real estate investor, it's the best of both worlds. If you're someone that's interested in getting started in real estate and learning more, what better way in connecting with someone that is learning more every single day? Nick is on Zillow and on MLS just as much as you are on social media. I can guarantee you that. So make sure that you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel. That's going to be the first link down below. I appreciate you guys' time. Wish you guys an amazing weekend. Don't forget to stay connected. You guys can click the second link down below. Join our free Facebook group. We're the largest Facebook group in the world for those who invest in the stock market. We have over 284,000 members. And we're one click away. I appreciate you guys' time, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.
See you guys.
Dude, your arms look pretty dialed.